During the holiday season, have you seen those debit card infomercials? They basically demonize credit cards and say how dangerous that is. If you use your credit card, it's like, oh no, right? It's such a bad thing. Well, I believe only idiots use debit cards. Here are 5 reasons why I believe credit cards are much better. Reason number 1 why you want to use a credit card, and that is you can leverage other people's money. You see, there's a saying that cash is king. In business, you can survive a long time without making a profit, but you will not survive a day without cash. Companies go out of business because they run out of cash. When you use credit card, you're essentially borrowing money from the credit card company. So when you use your debit card, the minute you use that card, that money is gone from your bank account. But when you use your credit card, assuming you're paying off the balance every single month, you're leveraging the credit card company's money. It is a smart thing to do because that period of time, a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, even when they were getting started, guess what? They started off borrowing money from their credit cards to make that first initial investment, to get the business going, to get the investment going, or sometimes to just help them get over that period of time. I did that quite a few times. So that's reason number 1 why you should use a credit card. Reason number 2 to use your credit card is you can borrow money for free. As long as you're paying off the balance every single month. A lot of people, they're so afraid of credit cards because they're thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna pay interest, I'm gonna get into credit card debt. Well, it has nothing to do with the credit card, it has to do with how you manage your money and if you have any self-discipline. It is just like a pencil, right? You can use a pencil to write beautiful poem. You can use the pencil to write a song. You can use the pencil to stab someone like John Wick, right? Kill 3 men with 1 pencil. You could do that too. It's how you use it. If you have the self-discipline to pay off the credit card every single month, there's nothing to worry about. And if you are worried about it, and sometimes you're afraid that, oh my goodness, I might forget. Set a date, put it in your calendar, put it on your iPhone so you know you're paying off the balance every single month. Don't worry about it. Let's say even, for example, you are somewhere and you're traveling, you need your car towed, and maybe you don't have that money right now before the next paycheck. What do? You're in the middle of nowhere, right? And you don't have enough money in your bank account to use your debit card. Well, this is a moment that you could use your credit card. Take care of that, get the car towed, then you've got a few weeks to solve the problem, wait till the next paycheck comes, and boom, now you can pay that off. As long as you pay that off and not just making the minimum payment, you are okay. Reason number 3 to use your credit card is you build up your credit score. One of the most important things that most people overlook and they don't think about is your credit score. I actually did an interview with Matthew Pillmore a while ago. You can watch that video on how to build your perfect credit score. You can check that out. Now, why is this important? Because when you are now having a family, when you want to buy that home, when you want to get that mortgage, the bank will look at your credit score. That's your credibility, right? That's your borrowing power. You need to build that up at a young age. You need to build up your credit score. And having a credit card, and if you pay that off, again, on time and not late, you build up your credit score. So a credit card, and multiple credit cards, used wisely could build up your credit score. A debit card cannot do that. A debit card cannot do that. If you are a business person, if you're thinking of raising capital, borrowing money from the bank, get a car, all of that, the banks will look at your credit score. It is how we live, right? This is how we build credibility in North America. It's very, very critical that you do that. And it's better to do that when you're starting at a young age, building up that track record. Does that make sense? Reason 4 why you should use your credit card is you get rewarded. Now, there are many forms of credit cards. There's so many different credit cards out there, options. Some of them, they offer cash back, meaning for X amount of dollars you spend, they give you a tiny bit of cash back. You're getting paid extra to use your credit card. Now, why do the credit card companies do that? Because they want to encourage you to use the credit card. Now they're counting on you to actually just make the minimum payment and rack up the interest rate. But if you are a friend of mine, you are smarter than that. I believe you have the self-discipline. Now, there are also other credit cards that offer you reward points or travel reward points, right? Those are very, very good because let's say with my company, I have multiple credit cards within a company, and some of them are travel cards. So we accumulate a lot of those points that Jenny and I, my wife, we could utilize when we are traveling, when we are staying in hotel, when we are using it to buy a flight ticket, when we are using it to buy even a computer. I will not get any of that if I'm just using a debit card, especially if we have any kind of volume. Example, if I use my Amex, then I could go to the airport lounge to enjoy free access. There are a lot of perks. Debit card doesn't offer that. Reason number 5 why you should use your credit card is you are better protected. Now, this just recently happened to me that I got a call from my credit card company from the fraud prevention department saying that someone has been using my credit card in another country illegally. So what they did is they immediately stopped the credit card and they issued me a new one, and then through a process they also give me my money back. Stop that fraudulent activity. Now that's fraud prevention. A lot of other credit cards, they also come with insurance protections that when you're traveling, depends on what card you use, you get extra protections for that as well. If you're using Amex, which I love Amex, that Amex also comes with a lot of perks. With a debit card, you don't get that. If someone stole your debit card and assuming they know your PIN number, when they took money out of your bank account, that money is gone. It is gone forever. But with a credit card, you can then contact the credit card company, you can provide evidence and say, hey, you know what? These are charges were not done by me, it was done by a criminal, and they would investigate. And if you prove your case and they would say, okay, no problem, you have your money back, and then you have a new card. That's pretty powerful. So those are the 5 reasons why I believe only idiots use debit cards and why credit card makes sense. Comment below. Let me know which reason resonates with you, and do you use your credit card wisely, not getting into debt, but use your credit card wisely.